Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, there are some little problems, let's put it this way, in France, but they are so little that there are mass protests against the government, and they are organized by the left, by the unions. Good for them, because the right is too busy, can't say it. So, this article comes from Sputnik, and it's from today, 18th of October 2022. This is the title. Thousands hold protest in Paris demanding wage hike, retirement at 60, right to strike. Well, they will get wage hike, but how much? 1%? I didn't know you don't have the right to strike, or maybe certain industries, or maybe certain kind of departments, like State Department or governmental departments. So France remains gripped by a widespread protest movement as the ongoing cost of living crisis squeezes Frenchmen beyond endurance. So in Paris, demonstrators are rallying to demand higher wages, for the retirement age to be lowered to 60, and for encroachment on the right to strike to be lifted. Okay, so what do you mean you can't strike? That's the only way you could actually, bring someone to the negotiating table if you're not fired in the meantime. So, four leading French trade unions, the General Confederation of Labor, the General Confederation of Labor Workers Force, the Fédération Syndicale Unitaire, and the Solidarity, announced the strike. On Sunday, thousands of protesters gathered in Paris to take part in a march against racketing living costs and the impotence of the government. It's not the impotence of the government. It depends how you look at it. The government is not impotent over here regarding creating certain kind of environment. It's just that I think it's impotent in being allowed to implement certain policies that would help the population, because that would have certain consequences for the guys who will come with these policies, and they will be removed from their position either by election or by being fired. I'm very I don't want to say happy, but when the population is able to, when people go out and protest without being repercussions brought against you because you go and protest, now that's what I call a healthy society. Now, obviously, you don't go outside and protest for, every little thing, but I think the circumstances that are right now, not only in France, but in Europe and United States, and they're going to get, I think, they will get worse. We didn't hit the bottom yet. And I don't know if that bottom would be you own nothing and you will be happy, but certainly it seems like they're going that way. What do you mean you don't have the right to strike? I know that here in the United States, the federal government employees cannot strike, or I think the state employees cannot strike, even though I think the education, the teachers can strike, and they are actually state employees, but there are some other state employees that cannot strike, and that's kind of strange. Then they're lowering the retirement age to 60. From what? I know that France always had a very low retirement age, and they worked, I can't remember, not even 5 days. I think they had 4 days at one point, or they tried that, or still, I don't remember, but I know they had, compared with the United States of America, they had a very mild, how should I put, way of living over there, in a way of working and having retirement and benefits. Russia, not Russia, France is much more inclined towards a social society than as an individualistic society. And then obviously the cost of living. The cost of living exacerbated, let's put it like this, use this beautiful word, with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And not with that, because that could have occurred without having any disruptions in the energy delivery or food chain delivery or anything like that. It's the sanctions these guys over there had to impose on Russia's energy sector. And why I said had to is because they were not, I don't think they are their own people over there. And one example that I learned as I was, reading these articles daily, it was when President Macron of France was asked kind of in a scolding way by, I think it was a Ukrainian official, I can't remember who that was, Kuleba or I can't remember who that was, who said that why are you talking to Putin every day? Why do you have to talk to Putin every day? Because Macron was keeping an open channel with Putin, and he stopped. Macron stopped the day he was called out by a person that about 8 months ago nobody knew about, Podolyak or something, I can't remember who that was, Yermak, those guys. And he stopped. He stopped talking to Putin over the phone because someone from Ukraine gave him the message that he should stop talking to Putin. He was just a messenger. He was not the guy who initiated probably but he voiced it to put this guy in a position that he really stopped. The president of France. That is not the president of Romania or something like that. No. Where you think that France has an independent, that's how we are supposed to believe that France has an independent foreign policy and it's a strong country. Really? This little whatever from Ukraine made you stop doing that. That was one. And the other one was when, again, they were, again, coming from Ukraine, the French were called out that they stopped providing weapons to Ukraine. And they're on the 5th place or 8th place in providing, and that's not good. You have to compete with everybody else, give us more weapons. Boom, immediately they said, no, mais non, c'est n'est pas vrai, or whatever, that's not true, no. So all this, that showed me how independent they are. So when you talk about imposing sanctions, those sanctions were not done in the benefit of the population. And it shows these guys are hurt and they went to protest. Now, will they turn into something else? I don't know. I think nothing will happen, but that's me. I think they're just going to go over there, protest a few days, maybe a week, maybe a month, let's put it, maybe 5 months. Nothing will happen because of them. Will it grow? Probably it's going to be spreading, but remember what was the yellow vests that lasted months? Did it change anything? I don't remember changing anything. Why would this one change? Because it's worse? Could be. Well, I hope Marine Le Pen will take advantage of this, and she is. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.